Welcome to Avalon, a sanctuary, a place where you can hang out. And let's talk about some things with some depth. And I want to thank all of you who have visited, and especially those who have left comments. I'm deeply touched. I'm deeply touched by some of the things that you've been writing. And well, all I can say is please continue to add your wisdom. And I think many people will learn and find ways to resolve some of the things that we've been carrying for many years, some of us. So today I'd like to speak to you about when beauty becomes a burden between mothers, fathers, and daughters. Yeah, parents. We love them, we hate them. How do we reconcile with some of the situations that we've been raised in? So I want to speak into this gently, because many may resonate deeply, with this topic, but it may not be for everyone. And if it's not your story, we'll let it pass. But if it is your story, you're probably going to feel it right away. Some highly attractive women, they grow up in homes where their beauty becomes a kind of currency, a silent force shaping the entire emotional landscape. Often the mother was highly attractive too, and often the father chose her, at least in part, as a trophy. And the daughter grows up inside a triangle she never really asked to be part of. For some women, the mother and daughter relationship becomes complicated. Yeah. Not because the mother's cruel, but because she was never allowed to be a person either. She was valued for her beauty. She was chosen for her beauty. And she was trapped by her beauty. And when her daughter grows into her own radiance, the mother may feel something she doesn't know how to name. It's a mix of pride, fear, compassion, and loss. She sees her younger self walking around the house and she sees the attention shifting. She feels time moving. She feels her identity slipping. She doesn't know how to hold it. So she becomes critical or competitive or distant or strangely cold. Not because she doesn't love her daughter, but because she was never taught how to love herself outside of being admired. Hmm. Oh, and then there's daddy. A father who chose a woman as a trophy often doesn't realize he's repeating the pattern with his daughter. Oh, he praises her beauty too much. He compares her to mom. He puts her on a pedestal. He treats her like an extension of his own image. And the daughter grows up feeling both seen and unseen at the same time, admired but not known, protected but not understood, loved but not for who she is. And so she learns to carry her beauty like a burden. She learns to shrink herself so her mother won't feel threatened. She learns to dim herself so her father won't look too long. And she learns to hide her inner life because no one in the house ever asked her about it. If this is your story, I want you to hear something clearly. There was never anything wrong with you. You were not the cause of the tension. You were not the reason for the distance. You were not responsible for the insecurities around you. You were simply born radiant into a house that didn't know how to hold radiance. And now, as an adult, you are allowed to reclaim your beauty. That's something yours, not something you inherited, not something you threatened, not something you owed, and not something you had to manage for everyone else. Your beauty is not a burden. Your presence is not a problem. Your radiance is not a threat. You are allowed to be seen without compared or being compared. You are allowed to be loved without being displayed. You're allowed to be known without being possessed. Yeah. And you're allowed to have an inner life that belongs to you alone. If this resonates, you're welcome in Avalon. This is a sanctuary for women who were admired but not seen, loved but not understood, and beautiful long before anyone told them so. Yeah, come on in. Make yourself at home. Share your wisdom. Yeah, and until we meet again, and I hope that's soon, remember, yeah, remain in peace.